Hi, everybody. I'm Gene Simmons, and you're not. And you are listening to the #1 KISS podcast, Shout It Out Loudcast, with Tom and Zeus. But you knew that. Now get out of here.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is Gene Simmons. Put that cookie down. KISS. Stop pressing the button. Star Simmons. Star? Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. My name is Ace Frehley. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the KISS times. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Why? Why do that to the fan? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's what I'm talking about. 617-525-08. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like KISS? Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, KISS Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 286. Lick It Up. Album review time, Tom. We only got one more after this. And
I cannot believe this, that we are at our second to last album review. And boy, we saved some good ones for the final two. So yeah, these are always exciting episodes for us.
I don't understand the rankings. Where's Lick It Up? All the
guys, you're going to tell me you I don't even see Destroyer in your rankings.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I wonder why.
Oh, tell us you don't listen to the show without saying you don't listen to the show.
Oh, by the way, you introduced us incorrectly. You should have said Greg and Phil with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast.
I don't know. We're getting bombarded with a bunch of new people. And this is my friend. My friend told me about you. We will not spam.
We will not spam. I like Shout It Out Loudcast. My friend Greg. My name is Phil. Welcome.
Just inundated with stupid shit.
I'm trying to figure out how that I do not spit. That must be the new bot catchphrase.
Yeah.
We get about 6 of those.
Yeah.
They all say the same thing. Please let me in group. I will not spam.
I promise. I do not like to spam.
I love US and A. Okay.
Fucking A.
I love it.
Unbelievable. Anyway, Tom, last week we talked about the Revenge era lineup on Arsenio Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a poll.
Yep. So we got to get creative with the polls sometimes here. So this one was, we talked about KISS on the Arsenio Hall show from 1993, and they were promoting Alive 3 at that time. They played Deuce in Detroit Rock City. And the question was, if they played a third song, which one from Alive 3 do you think they should have played? And the options were Watching You, Unholy, Heaven's on Fire, and Creatures of the Night. Unholy takes 34% of the poll, and then the rest of it was straight across the board, 22, 22, 22, which was shocking there. So, yeah, pretty good matchup there across the board. I like when the polls are not landslides. So that was good. Our buddy Lee Bruton, Creatures of the Night, killer version from this lineup. Yes, I totally agree. Ace Frehley, not Ace Frehley. We'll get to him later. Ace Frehley says, as much as I would have loved to have heard Watching You or Unholy, that's not going to move the needle on network TV. Heaven's on Fire is the hit and has the opportunity for crowd participation. That is a good point. Todd Steele kind of says the same thing. I wanted to choose Unholy, but went with the more network TV friendly Heaven's on Fire.
Speaking about Ace Frehley,
yeah,
did you happen to see the picture of Terry from Three's Company on our Loudcast speech?
Come and knock on our poor thing.
It's crossing her legs.
Dude, she was letting out a Mr. Roper right there.
Anybody, and it doesn't have to be just female. Anybody that
is lifting their right. If you're just leaning over, it's over. Forget it. It's coming on Shout It Out. It's coming on Loudcasters.
She hit the trifecta because she's leaning, lifting a leg, and then look,
and had the
got
face
like an expression of like, ooh, I gassy.
You know what it reminds me of? You know that GIF we always use of the hot chick in the hot tub
on the pool.
She makes the big bubble, and it's like the big bubble. Like,
yeah, and then the black lady in the background, like
she's like, "Ooh, what the fuck?
Ooh, you nasty."
All right, let's get to a couple comments on the actual episode. Our buddy Daryl Alber, along with David Letterman, Arsenio show was very astute on getting a good variety of bands on his show during his run. And Joe Papalato, our buddy, was patting himself on the back because he guessed the coming soon correctly. So he said, "Holy fuck, I'm finally right." And speaking of guessing coming soons correctly, I was shocked that somebody pulled this one this week because I did a picture of Kramer and Jackie Childs, and somebody broke it down and got it to when Jackie Childs does "A Bra's Gonna Fit Like a Glove," and I couldn't believe that they nailed that. That was very impressive.
All I have to say
about
that is, come get your prize. Ace will throw it out to you at the next concert you're at.
Hold on. We saved that for news. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, those are your prizes for winning.
Dr. Two had a good one here. He says, Arsenio's transition after that last interview question about Eric Carr made me think of the bit that Zeus does when it's like 617-085. like
0850. Fax line's cooking.
Yeah, fax line's cooking. Oh, God. Ken in Satan's Service. I watched the clip before listening, and just like Tom mentioned, the first thing I noticed was Eric Singer's energy and enthusiasm. Definitely not folding laundry. The E.T. reference about Ace almost made me shit my own pants. Fun episode. Yeah, we always have fun with that. And there's more Ace to come in this one, too. So, but that's Twitter, Zeus.
So, Tom, I did a different poll on Instagram.
Yeah, what'd you got?
Our poll was after the reunion tour.
Okay.
I'd prefer A, continue like they did with the makeup, or B, return to the Revenge era lineup.
Oh, read the numbers.
48% continue with the makeup. 52 return to the Revenge era lineup.
Really? Those numbers seem a little suspect. Wow.
Anyway, the next one I did two. Favorite Kiss lineup, the original four, the Eric, Gene, Paul, and Vinnie, basically lick it up.
Yep.
Bruce with Eric Carr, non-makeup, and then the Revenge era makeup. Obviously, Kiss original 60%. Next was the Bruce Eric Carr, Vinnie, Paul, and Gene. Then was the Revenge era lineup with 14%. The previous one was 21%. And then the Vinnie Lick It Up era was 4%.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. As much as people love Revenge, not a lot of people like Carnival of Souls, and that's really kind of all the catalog that they have. I mean, everybody loves the 80s stuff, which is Bruce and Eric Carr. So I get that. Yeah. That's not too surprising, but.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd throw that out there before I get over to the Book of Face. And on that Book of Face, Adam Nierenberg. Hey guys. Thanks for the shout out. I saw this when it aired. Howard Stern was always joking about Arsenio's low ratings and said that he appeared on the show that would bring his highest ratings ever. I love when this lineup was doing, you know how I feel about Carnival of Souls. I would have loved for this lineup to continue. Unfortunately, this lineup of the band was no longer a draw, selling to half-filled arenas. Had the reunion never happened, I don't think the band would have continued much longer. And nowadays, instead of a Kiss cruise, Kiss would be without makeup as part of the roster of bands on various cruises, either 70s, 80s, or more, between Rat and Tom Kiefer. Yeah. Interesting kind of.
I think he's totally right. And I'm serious when I say this for all the jokes we make about Monsters of Rock and stuff. I think Kiss would have been one of those bands. I think that's where they'd be right now. Yeah.
Brad, bad matchup, Rustoven. Great episode and discussion. Amazing live performances on the Arsenio Hall show. The original band never sounded this good. It just is what it is. And the E2 E.T. Ace comparison had me on the floor.
Brad.
Kevon Japson.
Uh-oh.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
I remember watching this that night. It was 2 weeks before I graduated. I recorded this on VHS and watched it over and over. Love the attitude, especially Eric Singer's energy. To me, they were just as cool as ever.
I think the more important part of that comment is that Kevin Jepson graduated.
Yeah. He didn't say with his junior high or high school.
Oh, it's like that clip in Seinfeld. He's a high school graduate, equivalency program graduate.
He enjoys fruit.
And he just got a haircut.
Out. Bobby Kenner. You guys crushed it as usual. I missed this one too when it originally on TV. The swagger from Paul and Gene was in full effect, and I agree. They looked and sounded badass. Also, I really liked your breakdown of Bruce and Tommy's contribution, put in perspective. Good stuff. Laughed hard at the pants shitting references too. Can never get enough of that.
Oh boy, I love that. I love that we have an audience for that.
Yep, exactly. And if you don't like that kind of stuff, don't listen. Ryan, Michael, Courtney, Cronin, Ryan, fucking Rodham Clinton, fucking Ramaswamy, Nimrata, fucking Kamala, fucking
DJ
Biden,
Vance,
JD Vance, Scott,
JD Byrider, whatever that fucking guy is, JG Wentworth.
JD Power and Associates.
It's my money. I want to spend it now.
My credit card debt was outrageous. Congratulations, dumbass. Why are you sounding so surprised and bragging to people? My credit card debt was outrageous.
Then I call the attorney office of Zeus Pianez. He hooked me up.
Your dumbass needs to file bankruptcy. Thank you, boss. Ryan Michael Scott says, fun episode. Crazy to think of all the changes Kiss had in 20 years from 73 to 93 compared to the last 20 from 04 to 24. No much change, not much change at all. I think this was asked before, but what do you guys think would have happened with Singer Kulick lineup? Also, cannot wait for the book to come out. Not sure how shipping goes or if it's plausible, but will there be an option for a signed book from you two? As far as that goes, I'm pretty sure we're going to try to set something up where, you know, there's many Kiss events that we can probably attend. We'll probably come with books and stuff like that. What would be fucking cool and almost impossible would be someone to try to go out and get every contributor from the book signed.
Challenge accepted. Somebody do that. There's 100 and something people in
116 people. Good luck.
Yeah, you think it's impressive to have all 4 original members sign your copy of Destroyer?
Yeah.
Have all 116 people sign your copy of Raise Your Glasses.
I'm about as fucking dead as can be. Good luck getting my signature on that. I'm in that book. Oh, shit. Over on Loudcasters, Rick Hickey. Another excellent episode, gentlemen. You have helped me achieve a greater appreciation for this lineup. I always loved them, but now I love and respect them even more. And this realization, what a huge step backwards in the level of musicianship it was when the original lineup reunited. Singer and Kulick are virtuosos. Chris and Frehley, more like street rat rock and rollers. Love them all. That's a great comment.
Great comment, Rick. Thank you.
Did fucking get worse.
Love that.
Yeah. John Whiteman, not sure I missed this when it originally aired. I was super into Kiss Alive 3 when it came out, and Jane Seymour was really hot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have watched the show for Dr. Quinn, even if Kiss wasn't on it. Also, I don't think Bruce intended to throw shade at Tommy in any way. I think he was talking about himself being in the position of the longest tenured Kiss guitarist and the dignity coming from referring to his own personal history in the band. He was the first Bruce, so he could never be the second Ace.
Okay.
And what is Eric?
Yeah, right.
He was the first Eric, but he became the second Peter. Right?
Good point. Good point.
We got some good comments here from Thanis, from Charles Eaton. But we're going to move on, guys. And over on YouTube, Big 106 Razor says, I was lucky enough to be in this audience for this. Please tell us you were the fucking Paul Stanley guy.
I would love it. Please make that a thing.
User QT066D, I have no idea. Ace blew it. Tommy is a team player and a tasty player to boot. Another great episode, lads. Rob Benjamin Music. My channel covers Kiss heavily. As a former Kiss fanzine publisher, that's one step ahead of a fucking Kiss podcaster, my friend. I find your show humorous, insightful, and above all, fun. You are in on every joke. You understand Kiss. And most importantly, you have an entire fridge full of ice cold mellow yellow and cashews imported from the Bronx to gnaw on. You know what Kiss fans need. Tom and Zeus are powerful and attractive men. And that's why at this juncture, you are Kiss host of the week.
Oh, I like that. Very nice.
Darkness is spreading. Does this episode have the typical 10-minute Tom and Zeus rant about listeners? Enough already.
Really? How about go fuck yourself?
Oh, God. You either get our sense of humor or you don't. If you're in with us, great. If you're not, then you wouldn't like it. So if that's the case, no problem, man. Listen when you want to. Don't listen when you want to. And suck a dick or a bag of them if you'd like, if you want to.
That's
fine.
fine.
Up to you.
Yep.
So, Tom, I'm handing it back to you, my friend.
All right, let's take a look at Instagram. We got Kiss Guy 1973. I remember rushing home that night to watch. Arsenio was one of the few late night shows that I could stomach. Always well done. Great guests and musical acts. Great time to be a diehard Kiss fan. It was just the real fans at that time, through thick or thin. Good point. Twisted Kisster, our buddy there. Very entertaining episode. Appreciate the Raise Your Glasses update. I remember watching this episode that summer, pretty much watched Arsenio most nights. He always had great musical guests. We didn't get many big national Kiss features back then, so any Kiss appearance was must-see TV. That is very true, yes. Let's check out a few emails here. We got one here from our buddy AJ White. Per usual, another great episode. We can all count on a non-biased, honest account from both of you. That is what makes your show so special. I'm not a fan of Tommy wearing the makeup, but that doesn't make him any less of a guitar player or a person. I will never understand the people that just can't get past that. On another note, Zeus, I cannot give you enough props for your editing skills. What an absolute pain in the balls it is to edit a podcast. Keep up the amazing work, AJ.
Yeah, I don't wish that upon anyone else. So.
Yeah, and check out AJ's podcast there if you get a chance. Pastimes at 80s High. Great stuff there, of course. If you're our age, you're going to love that. And then we got another email here I'm going to read from our buddy Yadier Ruiz. Hi, Tom and Zeus. Yadier Ruiz from Puerto Rico. I want to tell you two things first. I want to congratulate both of you for the past interviews. Have been very entertaining. You guys are the real deal and are natural interviewers. Second, if you remember that Kiss, they did a Creatures of the Night box set glow-in-the-dark vinyl giveaway a few months ago, and I was the lucky winner. It took a month to arrive, but I got it. This is insane. Originally, when the Creatures of the Night 40th was released, I ordered the records, and the post office lost it. Thank you for letting me say this so that the fans know that it is possible to win a giveaway. And he provides us a picture. So, Yadier, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the kind words about us, and talk about karma. You got it and lost it, and then you ended up winning it back. That's very cool. So good for you, Yadi. I appreciate it. And Zeus, I'm going to turn it back to you to wrap up feedback here.
Yeah, on our Facebook page, the great Mark Flores Music. Yes, been waiting for you guys to get to this one. I still have my ticket, and he actually sent us a fucking photo of this tickets. And he writes on it, shout it out, Loudcast rules. Still have my ticket, seat 3, autographed by Gene, after the on-camera run-through in sound check. Paul says the fans were there since 7 a.m., but we were actually there since midnight the day before. Wow. Most of us saw Kiss get inducted into Guitar Center's Rock Walk a few days earlier with no internet. Spread the word that they would perform at this show. Our senior security said they'd never seen anything like us. We cheered at everything, Kiss said, and when they played, we went off. 73 or 93, this show proves they were still the hottest band in the world. Mark Flores, music. Great follow. You should go check him out on Instagram, Facebook. He is awesome. Love him. Thanks for being a great contributor and a listener to the show. And you, my friend, are once again comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
Mark, thank you, buddy. Love it. Love your support of the show and your contributions. And something like that, sharing like a personal story about an episode that we do, that's just amazing. So thank you. We love it.
Yeah, Tom, speaking of things we love, let's go over to Patreon.
Okay.
And Tom, we have 3 new members.
3
to our Patreon family. 3 of them.
Wow.
They're all spacemen.
Yep.
The first one is, and he wrote to us and we told him we'd give him a shout out. The great everybody, Matthew Badow. Put that cookie down. We fucking brought his name up out of nowhere. And then the episode hasn't come out. And then he becomes a Patreon member. We're like, what the fuck?
Unbelievable.
What kind of crazy fucking thought process do you have that you realized we were talking about you and he became a Patreon at the same time? Next is Andrew Brucelin. Tell us about Andrew.
Yeah, so another crazy story here. So we talked about it on Dorm Damage this week. So last Sunday, July 21st, I was at Fenway Park to see the Foo Fighters with my son.
And the Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters. And we're walking around Yawkey Way getting something to eat. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody goes, Tom? And I turn over and I'm like, oh, God, I don't know this. I don't recognize this guy. I'm like, yeah? And he's like, from Shout It Out Loudcast. And I'm like, what? And my son's next to me. My son's like, what? And I'm like, yeah? He's like, oh my God, I love your show. Big fan. I'm like, did you, then of course I'm quoting, did you recognize the voice? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, holy shit, dude. So we introduced each other, thanked him for the support. Hope he had a great show. Andy, he introduced himself as Andy. Just an amazing. And then all of a sudden, like an hour later, I get a notification that he's a Patreon subscriber. So just a very, very cool story. Awesome to meet fans and out in the wild like that. So awesome to meet you, Andy. Hope you had a great time like I did at the Foo Fighters show, and welcome to Patreon. Amazing stuff right there.
Yeah, we're recording right now. It's 4:57 on a Thursday. And at 4:07, our third spaceman, Aura Zorba, which I think is Tyler, but he joins as a spaceman. So 3, Matthew, Andrew, Aura. Thank you guys for becoming part of the Patreon family. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. We're so amazed and lucky and fortunate to have so many members of the Patreon family, with close to, I don't know, almost 140 something. I don't know what it is. About 90 something paid subscribers. Unbelievable. And you guys have been such an integral part of the growth of this show. With your help and your subscription, the show has, as you know, it's continuously grown, and we really appreciate it. Can't do it without you. We love our Patreon family. Recently, we were just able to do, with a couple of tiers, our video chats that we do. We also have you guys for ARC. We have you for March Madness. We have you guys for polls, for sneak peeks, for input on the show, our fucking message talks that we have, the boards on the comments, and we have our own, basically our own Twitter, what we have.
Yeah.
And we can't thank you guys enough, really. That support is huge. How do you become a supporter and member of Patreon? You go to shoutitoutloudcast.com, our website, and on our website, you would see the Patreon link. You click on that. There's 4 different tiers, 4 different monetary contributions, and you get 4 different things back in different levels that you subscribe to. So there's also the merch, which is the other part I forgot to mention. T-shirts, guitar picks, koozies, stickers, and our awesome shout out to you guys like we just did. A bunch of stuff. Please come and support the show. We really appreciate it. We love you, our Patreon family. and please become a member and really help and support the show. Thank you.
Guys, you are the best. Zeus said it perfectly there. Thank you so much for your continued contributions, especially the newest members to the family, Aura, Andrew, and Matthew. You guys rock, and thank you for the continued support. Whether you've been here since day one or you're brand new like our 3 new spacemen, thank you.
Yeah, Tom, let's go over to Kiss World. Not much going on with the big 2, Gene and Paul. But former member Ace Frehley's been in the news a little bit. What's going on with me?
All politicians have had skeletons in the closet, but I think Trump is the strongest leader we got on the table. I'm a Trump supporter. Okay. Look, I don't care who you support. I don't care. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you are. When Ace Frehley starts giving you his political thoughts, I mean, we're just fucking lost as a country.
You know, people are like, well, I've got Bruce Springsteen on my side. I've got Kid Rock at his concert was promoting me. Well,
yeah, but I got Ace Frehley on my side.
When someone does their political affiliations based upon what Ace is telling them,
and make America Ace again.
Yeah, let's go, Trump. Come on, you say his name. Try to get a Trump chant going at his concert.
Yeah, reminded me of that.
What the fuck are you doing?
Reminded me of that fucking Larry Lucchino, like, let's go,
Tom
Werner.
Go Red Sox. Let's go Red Sox. And nobody was going. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
We always say it's like we don't seek out this Ace shit. It just presents itself, and then it gets better when he takes out a fucking Target bag on stage and starts firing fucking baseballs at the fucking audience.
Today's meet and greet. I'm gonna throw you some fucking shit I picked up at the bargain bin at Target. Hey, you over there. Here's some fucking pack of nerds I got. Hey, you kid. You look like you're going back to school. Here's an eraser set I picked up in fucking aisle 21.
Hey guys, remember those Trapper Keepers? Oh, I got those right here. I still love that smell of the plastic. Watch out, duck your head. I'm going to throw one now.
I got those super bouncing balls here. Here, take one of these. And I got some stickers out of that quarter slot things they got outside with that hard candy. I bought a couple things of that hard candy. I just broke a molar. What the fuck?
Like, I could see if he throws stuff out to the audience, but he brings the Target bag on stage with him and just starts taking shit out of it. Like, what do you...
It's a football. Anybody play soccer here?
I got some dog toys for Scout. He's not a big fan of these, so anybody like any chew toys?
Here's some fake doggy poo. What fake doggy poo? Top secret. Love that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
What's fake doggy poo?
You forgot your fake doggy poo.
Anyways, that's Ace just being a fucking clown. I mean, it's...
Dude, when you talk about levels of success, oh, how's our buddy Ace doing? I haven't seen him in years. Oh, he's got a Target bag and he's throwing shit out at his concert goers.
Oh, God. And our buddy Bruce had some problems this week from the Microsoft outage that affected flights. So he posted he's very upset that he was bounced out of that thing because he couldn't get a flight, and that was a fundraiser that I think he was.
Yeah,
really
new aggressive Bruce probably is like fucking pounding, beating up some fucking
salty Bruce.
Flight attendants. What the fuck do you mean you don't like the Asylum era fucking music?
Yeah, I think I'm wondering if Bruce has been hanging out with angry airport Gary for a while because he's getting a little fucking salty like him.
He's got some issues with some people.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Bruce Kulick. I'm going to come back there. I'm going to come back there, break a fucking guitar off in your head. You don't get my connecting flight. Thank you.
Hey, guys, pancakes aren't the only thing I can flip. I can flip you, you bastard.
Hey, guys, Bruce Kulick. If you don't get my connecting flight set up right now, I'm going to fucking bash your head in because that's what I fucking do. I'm fucking sick in the head. I don't give a fuck. Jail doesn't scare me.
You think I'm the nice guy? You got another thing coming, motherfuckers.
That's that fucking incredible scene in Casino.
It's so good.
Listen, you fat Irish fuck. I'll be there tomorrow. And just about the time you get out of your coma and I release BK4, I'm going to come over and I'll break your fucking head open again.
Poor Bruce. But yeah, Paul's taking pictures of his family, some family photos on the beach. He's on vacation. He's whatever. Gene's been very, very quiet. So there's nothing going on with him really. So yeah, once again,
Tommy's
kind of
traveling. I haven't seen shit about Eric Singer. I haven't seen shit about Peter.
No.
Oh, our friend Vinnie Vincent.
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot. Vinnie Vincent put out some fucking publishing thing where he was talking about like that Euphoria record.
Oh God, that fucking thing.
And he was like, this is me and Fleischman. He was talking about like the chemistry between them. And it's no lie. This is up there with the greats, Lennon, McCartney, Jagger, Richards.
Well, I always think Cusano Fleischman when I think of great duos.
What the fuck, Vinny? I have no idea how delusional some person can be. Like,
it's amazing. These guys are they're fucking all just bent.
What I'm just fucking like out of my mind is
I know
we're reviewing this album and where he is today. It's fucking mind boggling what could have been.
40 years is a long time, Zeus.
Yeah. And a lot of dead dogs.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And let's take a break and get to that fucking classic album. So before we do, Vinny, sure, I'll do the handyman job you got for me. What's that about something in the garage? What am I digging up?
All right, we're back. Ace is very, very disturbed because usually he's hanging around with my dog in the shed having a nice time, and now he's hanging around with Vinny's dogs, and he's like, hey, I think we got a problem. He's playing dead for way too long. He usually rolls over by now. I need some help.
Scout, don't look. Look away. It's hideous back here. I don't know what he's having me bury in the backyard. It says dead dog storage.
You see a sign out front that says dead dog storage?
If you please put the body in the back, I'd appreciate it, Ace. The guy's crazy.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, Tom, I think they wanted to schedule a consultation with me. I don't think Frehley and Cusano's storage units is going to make it past the end of 2024.
I don't think so either. I think we're
going to have to file a Chapter 11. I don't think it's working out.
Chapter 11? That's 11 more chapters than I've ever read in my life.
I thought we were just going to store shit for people like stuff you pick up at Target. I didn't know we were going to be storing dead pets in storage units. Frehley and Cusano storage units didn't work out too well.
Oh, my God.
Album review time, Tom.
Yes.
Oh, God, and what an album.
Yep.
We're doing 1983's Lick It Up.
Yeah.
So, second to last album. What we usually do, we're going to talk a little bit about the album itself, when we got into it, how the cover, the background, some stats, and then we'll get into the songs. So first things first, Tom, Lick It Up. Want to say how you got into it first?
Yeah, I actually have this is one of the rare Kiss albums where I actually have a vivid memory of when I first got it. So it came out in September of 83. And that Christmas, so I was 10 at the time, or we were 10 at the time. That Christmas, I remember my older cousin, the same cousin that got me into Love Gun years back, that started my Kiss fandom. He got me the cassette of this for Christmas. Now, at the time, I didn't know that they had taken their makeup off. I missed the MTV thing. I wasn't really paying attention to Kiss too much. So he gave me the cassette. And I was like, what? I'm like, what's this? He's like, oh, it's the new Kiss album. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, they took their makeup off. I'm like, what? I'm like, why? And I was like, I don't think I ever listened to it. I'm like, But I like Kiss when they wear makeup. I don't like their music. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But then as time went by, as I got older and spent more time through with the Kiss catalog, I mean, this is a go-to album for me. Absolutely. Go to it. Definitely for me now. And we'll talk about some specifics, but it's definitely a sister album to Creatures of the Night. Same producer, same sound, a little bit different that we'll talk about, of course, but this is a great album. I'll just spoiler alert right now. But it took me a while to get into it. And I think as time goes by, I think it just ages better for me.
Well, I just remember, so I got out of Kiss. I remember hearing Lick It Up on the radio or something like that. And like, wow, it almost was like, because I wasn't really into heavy metal, but it was almost like, oh shit, this is like aggressive music. Lick it up. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
And then when I got back into Kiss, when I go to Detroit and my cousin plays Animalized, Uncensored, and I went backwards and I picked this up. Like most, I don't know. I didn't know. I thought that was Ace. Skinny guy, who knows? The hair's up like that. I'm like, it could be Ace. I don't know.
Yep.
So I thought that was Ace there. I didn't know anything of it. When I played this album, it's not until really 85, 86, I got into this and I loved it from the beginning. And to me, it is something that it was down that rabbit hole of me getting back into Kiss as an adult listener. So I don't count when I was a kid before as remembering music or falling in love with music. I think of it when I started getting back into like middle school is how I can remember liking music on my own, forming my own opinion, forming my own taste. And that's when I got into this album. And it's been on rotation ever since. Obviously, we can't talk about this really. And we've done episodes on it. I'm not going to get into too much big detail and get into a big discussion about it. The makeup comes off. We know the reasons why. We've discussed it on this show. September 18th, 1983. They premiered the video on MTV, the Unmasking. We had a whole episode on it. Go check that out. And to go along with that, they premiered the video for the title track, Lick It Up.
Right.
And so with that and the video, and we'll get into that when we discuss the actual song, they come to us and they release this album cover. Thoughts?
Yeah. So before I give my thoughts, I just want to read a quick little tidbit from a friend of the show and previous guest here, Mitch Weissman. And this is from also fellow friend of the show and guest, Greg Prado's amazing book, Take It Off, The Unmasked Years with Kiss. And kind of talking about the cover, it was kind of Mitch Weissman's idea. It's interesting. He says, so I come in one night and the cover photos from the photo session for Lick It Up are there. And we're looking at all the shots. Gene's on the phone. I'm on the phone. I'm in the bathroom on one of those big, giant, long, curly cords. Paul's in the living room. And all of a sudden I yell, I've got it. I've got the cover. Gene had copies of the same photos as his apartment. I came out and I said to Paul, look at this photo. What's different about this photo that tells you who the band is? I know this generic taking off the makeup, you want to look like a regular rock and roll band. And Vinnie and Eric are standing on phone books, and Vinnie is wearing a wig because his hair, when it would get wet, it would fall down on his face, as Paul said. Paul would hold his cheeks and pull them down like a big basset hound. He goes, so I say, what's different about this photo? What is the one piece of Kiss paraphernalia you can never remove, but would give you a hint as to who the band is? The tongue. And I picked the cover. Gene told me, the photographer said, okay, I have one more shot. And I stuck my tongue out, and that became the cover. And I think that is fucking magnificent because he's totally right. The makeup's gone. You're against a plain white background. Everybody gets to see you, but it's still Kiss. And I think it's fantastic. I think Vinnie looks weird. Eric looks great. I think Gene looks great. I think Paul looks great with his little JCPenney Timex gold watch on his wrist. But I love the cover. I think it's iconic, even though it's not like really crazy sensational, but I just think it's iconic. And I think that tongue is the reason why for me.
I love the simplicity of it. Here's the band without makeup. You can look at their face and you can go through all your old Kiss records and then look at their face now and be like, oh, wow.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And again, like I said, I thought that was Ace. I had no idea back then. There was no Wikipedia to look this shit up.
Yep.
But Vinny's got his Chandler Bing fucking sweater on.
Oh, God.
And, other than that, I'm just like simple. Classy, white, Kiss on the top left. It works.
It really does.
Yeah. Paul made Vinny wear the wig, from what I understand.
Yep.
Because he said that Vinny looked like the Gerber baby.
God, that's not it.
Yeah. And obviously the tongue is what just sticks out and is perfectly done. Great idea.
And it's funny, too, because this is Gene still looking kind of badass before they got glammy with like the Phyllis Diller kind of B. Arthur thing. You know what I mean? I mean, in this photo, we'll talk about the videos soon enough, but
yeah, they look like they're dressed pretty cool. The only one kind of like dorky a little was Vinny in the sweater vest there, whatever the fuck he's got on. But I think that's not bad.
I just think it's a button-down shirt opened up. That's what it looks like.
Oh, it's not a sweater?
It doesn't look like, it just looks like I have the vinyl here. So if you look close, it just looks like a purplish pink button-down shirt opened up.
Oh, now I used to do that look with the black T-shirt underneath.
I used to do
polo long shirts, long sleeves.
Yeah, I used to do Eric Carr's look, jean jacket buttoned all the way down to the hairy chest. I'm kidding. I did not do that. I did not do that.
Gene and Paul look pretty normal. So overall, pretty good album cover.
What do you think about the back though? Nothing but the song titles. Nothing. No picture. No nothing.
No, perfect. Don't need it. I think it's great. The simplicity of it is fucking. Here we are.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
All right. Lick It Up. Released September 22nd, 1983. Produced by Michael James Jackson, who had already done the Killers' 4 tracks, who had done Creatures of the Night, who had done this. So it's his trifecta. And Paul and Gene get credit on this as well. The album has gone platinum. I'm sure it's probably gone more than that, but that's what it's been certified at. And they made it to number 24 on the U.S. Billboard charts. It's the 11th studio album, first non-makeup album, first without Ace on the cover or officially part of the band, and first with Vinny officially part of the band. First album with no outside songwriters.
Yeah.
Amazing. It would have been that way with the debut, but the debut had Kissing Time on it. Vinny co-wrote 8 of the 10 songs.
And we'll get to that.
A fucking contribution.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later too, but yeah, you're right. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You bring this guy in, the new fucking guy, guitar whiz, that you want to show off. And then you have an opening track like this one. And we'll talk about the important part of it when Vinny plays or doesn't play. Here's the first opening track.
So you got Exciter opening the album. Right off the bat, you're like, holy shit, this is a badass Kiss album. Now, for me, I want to mention the big thing about Creatures of the Night in comparison to this. Both Michael James Jackson albums, okay? But for me, and I read some things in certain publications and books where people had a complaint. To me, I like the fact that Eric's bombastic drums have been toned down a little bit from Creatures to Lick It Up. They're still thumping and heavy and kick-ass. I love them. But they're not overpowering the songs. The songs are allowed to breathe so you can hear the bass, which sounds fantastic on this from Gene. But it's got an incredible chugging groove. Paul sounds absolutely amazing. I know people talk about late 80s Paul. This right here, early Paul, fucking fantastic. The bass of Gene sounds phenomenal. I love the chorus. And of course, Zeus, we talked about the solo. It sounds like there's 3 different solos here, and Vinny's not doing any of them. And I'll let you give your comments, and we can kind of then talk about who is doing the solo and why.
Exciter, written by Paul Stanley, Vinnie Vincent. The guy wrote the song, but whatever. I want to read something that Vinny wrote. behind the mask
Yes.
about Exciter.
Yep.
The song was originally called You. I said, let's call this Exciter. Unfortunately for me, there's two sides to the coin. There's a good time and a bad time with the albums I did for them. Yes, the albums I did with them were great, Kiss albums, but unfortunately the guitar playing of those records has nothing to do with me. I think what Kiss really wanted was more of an old school player who wouldn't get in the way and sit in the corner and behave himself and do what he was told. Their love of guitar playing lies back in the past, and I love that too. But I'm a guitarist of today and tomorrow. I speak through my guitar. That's my voice, and I'm the guitar, and that guitar is me. For someone else to be in control of what they do with the love of mine, when they fuck with that, it becomes broken into little pieces. It's not that beauty, that creation that it is.
Ouch. Oops.
So as Vinny says, he came up with the Exciter. He called it You. I just remember playing this when I got Vinnie Vincent, when I got Lick It Up, and I'm like, holy shit, this was heavy late middle 80s, listening to this. And then I'm like, Rick Derringer, when I found out, I'm like, what? Why
Bizarre.
the fuck is this not Vinny? He actually thought it was Vinny. Sounds like him. And Vinny couldn't do that? Like, I get the frustration, and I think Michael James Jackson had said something too, like that they didn't like, he just couldn't figure it out. Vinny actually went on to say, I don't think Gene and Paul liked what I played on Exciter. And I did. I loved it. I thought it was one of my best pieces. For some reason, that angered me quite a bit because I was told about it until I wasn't told about it until it was after it was done. I liked what I played better than what ended up on the song, but I think Rick's a great guitar player.
Yeah, that's amazing that he didn't find out until after it was done.
Yeah, I mean,
because when you listen to the solo, it doesn't sound like it's anything technically proficient that Vinny can't do.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just find that, and if you listen throughout this album, and it will start with the Paul songs, Vinny is way more restrained.
Totally. Oh, yeah, of course.
With Paul songs than he is with Gene songs. You'll see what I mean as we go along. I also feel like it's almost got an oath or an Iron Maiden, like kind of galloping rhythm on it.
Definitely chugging, galloping type of groove.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know you always mention the Whisper My Name.
I love it. Exciter. Yep. I love it.
I can't get over. Here's our new killer guitarist. Wait. First, Rick Derringer do this solo. I just can't get over them doing this shit. I don't know. But Paul's vocals are on point. So is the chorus. Just passion and fire, lust and desire, Exciter. Dude,
awesome.
It is just...
It's amazing.
And to be honest with you, it's just one of many along these lines. The addition of Vinny and the professionalism that comes into this, I can't believe I'm saying that with Vinnie Vincent. It is fucking heads above the shit that they were putting out on other albums.
Well, I don't think it's a coincidence that two of the most beloved non-makeup albums consist primarily of Vinnie Vincent written songs. You got Lick It Up and Revenge. I mean, that is not a coincidence.
No, it's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, you're going back from like sophomoric stupid shit. No offense. Like
there's some sophomoric and stupid shit on this album too.
But hold on, not musician wise.
No, not musician wise. No.
But there's fucking some stuff that had been on previous Kiss albums that you're like, oh God, this is just writing, singing, vocals, music, drums, guitar. Holy shit. I don't know. You tell me. This might have been the most talented music group lineup Kiss ever had. Talented. When you go by vocals, where Paul and Gene are at this point, musicianship, Vinnie and Eric Carr, compared to their other counterparts.
And the ability to write songs.
Songwriting?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't see a more talented fucking group.
I will counter that with the Revenge lineup because you have Eric Singer, Bruce Kulick, and Vinnie writing songs.
Yeah, but Vinnie's not part of the band, so I would say
I understand.
Bruce.
I get it.
And not that Bruce isn't awesome in his own guitar right. He ain't writing songs like Vinnie is.
No, I get it. Yeah.
And obviously they might fucking hate each other, but the chemistry between Vinnie, Paul, and Vinnie and Gene fucking works.
Yep.
So, well, that's Exciter. Let's go to track number 2.
Not for the Innocent. So right off the bat right here, I will say this. This particular song to me, and we say this, or at least I say this, whenever we do album reviews, you spend a lot of time listening to these songs start to finish, and you focus on them a lot more than you would if you're, kind of hanging out and putting Kiss on shuffle. I don't, if Unholy didn't exist, I don't know if this is not the best Demon song in the Kiss catalog. This is an absolutely off the walls Demon song, from the lyrical content to the tone of his voice in this song. And we've been listening to it for 40 years and we love it. And we're like, that's a badass song. Gene on this album is on a different fucking level that we never saw before, in my opinion. And I don't think we saw ever again until Revenge. And I credit Gene and I credit Vinnie for that. But I think he is spectacular on this album. And this song is just one of the most menacing grooves. One of the most incredible lyrics Vinnie helped write Unholy. Vinnie is helping to write these. They're just vicious, nasty, mean songs, mean demon songs. Okay. The bridge that goes into the chorus is terrific. The chorus itself is terrific. It's like a fist pumping, angry demon song. And I love it. And we'll talk about it when we do kind of final thoughts, as we always do when we do our albums. But I just think this is just such a killer track for Gene right here. He sounds amazing.
Yeah, Not for the Innocent, written by Gene and Vinnie. Vinnie brought the guitar lick in, according to Gene.
Yep.
Gene said he wanted to start the song off with something negative, like a warning.
Yep.
And you base, and now we know the fucking Creatures box set version, the demo, which I find fascinating that Gene, it's a trade-off between Paul and Gene.
Yep.
And I think it works if they did the version that's on the album now and they did it like that, but they cut out some parts to it. And it's not exactly the same, but I love Paul coming in and doing the second part of the verses.
I liked it. It was a nice little novelty, but this is a Gene song for me at least. But I like that version.
Yeah, and in that version, Paul does like the pre-chorus and chorus version.
Yes.
Okay, but the menacing, aggressive music and lyrics.
That's exactly the word, menacing.
Holy shit! I mean, just the notes that he does. Kick you when you're down, and he holds that fucking shit. Oh my God. And he repeats it and stuff. I like the breakdown after, better pray we're not around. And that part, that it is the demon without fucking makeup. It is exactly that. So Kiss is getting heavier because of what's going on in music at that time. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden the makeup is gone, but Gene is still writing like that.
Yes.
Aussie type, Iron Maiden, like fucking
metal music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it fucking works. I'm not sure. You're right. It's up there. So, and we'll have a conversation about this or an episode about it sometime. We've always talked about doing a Demon episode.
Yep.
No makeup, but it's still, this is up there with one of the best Demon songs that he's got.
Yeah, no doubt. Yep, agreed.
Right? Just fantastic. All right, let's go to track number 3. I think we know this one.
So we got the title track, Lick It Up. Obviously one of the most popular songs in their entire catalog. I know this is an unpopular opinion. I don't dislike it. I'm just not crazy about it because I think it's kind of boring. I think the verses just don't go anywhere. It's like dun 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 dun, and the chorus is cool. It's catchy. It's sing-alongy. It's typical Paul. It's a great early '80s song. It's popular for a reason. It's kind of the song that people that aren't even Kiss fans like it. But to me, it's just kind of middling. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's always been very, very, very average for me in their catalog, just because I think it's kind of a boring song. Yeah, sorry.
Wow.
It doesn't entertain me.
Okay. Lick It Up, written by Paul Stanley and Vinnie Vincent. It's their first single from the album. It went to number 66. It's performed over 1,500 times as of June of 23. It's definitely top 10 most song play they've ever done. It appears in The Sopranos, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Tony Hawk's Underground, Rockstar the movie, Bones and All, and then the infamous Family Guy episode with the Hummer.
Yep.
That it's such a douchebag male fucking song. As soon as he gets a Hummer, the only station plays on the car ride is Lick It Up.
Lick It Up.
So when they change the channel, it's a different part of the song.
It's a different part of the song.
It's always Lick It Up. I love when he pulls up, and all of a sudden, Lick It Up.
Get up.
Fucking perfectly done. It is so fucking cool. Paul wrote this with Vinnie at his apartment.
Yep.
They were talking about what they really want to do for this album. And before they pick up the guitar, they brainstorm, like, what are we looking to come up with? And they said, this song was so simple that they wondered if it was just too simple.
It is too simple. I'm glad they knew that.
But that's sometimes the brilliance of it. And this is what Vinnie Vincent says about Lick It Up. I remember saying to Paul, I've got a great idea for a song. And I started singing it. I don't think it clicked with him. He didn't seem excited about it. I said to myself, I think this would be a great new single for the record. I had the title and the melody. And I said to Gene, I think I've got a winner here. And I think you should hear it. When Gene heard it, he said, that sounds like a great idea. You should play it for Paul. I said, I already did, but I don't think it clicked with him. The next time I played it for Paul, this was like a week later. He didn't realize he had dismissed it. He said, hey, Vinny, we need a single. This record needs a single. So I said, listen, I have a great idea for a single. Not even telling him I'd come up with this a week ago, and he had shot it down. I said, what do you think of this? Sings verse melody of Lick It Up. And he goes, God, that's a great idea. I said, it's called Lick It Up. What do you think of that title? He said, that's great. We ended up working on it, and he came up with some great parts, and together it just became Lick It Up. Lots of times, songs, when you hear them, you may not be in the right frame of mind to hear something quickly, but another day, another time, another moon, you go, hey, that's great. So that's how Lick It Up began. Wow.
What, with Paul's short-term memory? Hey, it's a great song. Well, yeah, I just played it for you a week ago. Yeah, it's okay.
Anyways, so to me, I just think it's such a classic, awesome guitar riff. And I just love the yeah in the beginning. Love how Paul sings his vocals, and the guitar is just doing a call and answer with him. Don't need to wait till you know me better. And then like it's answering everything right back. It's got balls. The chorus, legendary. All the Paul fills to this song, I know by heart.
Yeah.
Everything. All the little yeah, or anything that he adds to it or extenuates, or even on the chorus, it just, I know it so well. It's one of the more memorized songs in my life. I love that 142 part where Lick It Up is almost in the verses, and he's like, and he goes, Lick it up, woo, it's all you need, so believe me, honey.
I love that too, yeah.
And to be good to yourself. Music stops. Lick it up. Oh my God. I feel Paul has so much confidence in himself that he knew he could bring the band back.
Yep.
Like almost like they had the confidence to, like, people are laughing at us coming out with makeup on and we're looking like fucking fools, and half the people don't get it in the beginning, and but they're still up there with full confidence singing in the makeup. I feel like Paul, if you look at the videos, you look at the stuff, and you listen to his voice, he had no, this is great. We're going to win people back now with this shit. Watch.
Yeah, because I think this was Paul's opportunity. We've talked about this before too. This is Paul's opportunity to be a front man. Take the makeup off and be like a good looking, like sexy front man for a band. And you could
But he knew he had the music. He knew he could fucking write a hit, and he could write songs that fucking resonate.
So he had the whole package right here.
Yeah, there's no fucking guitar solo, which I don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird. That's really weird.
I love the whole Gene part. It's only right now on the second time they come around.
Yep.
But, that no guitar solo eventually becomes what we all know now, and some fucking hate it, is the Won't Get Fooled Again section in the live version.
Yes, which is stupid. Even though I love Won't Get Fooled Again.
I enjoy it, and he tries to pull off the Daltrey.
The scream. Yeah. Yeah.
But the whole I Want You shit, no.
I want you.
At the 3-minute mark, when they build up that last Lick It Up chorus.
Love it. That's good. That's good.
Woo, lick it up.
That's good.
And then we got to get to that video.
Do we? Do we really?
So we know it came out September 18th, 83 on MTV, and they premiered it with JJ Jackson there. Just them in the apocalyptic world. I love whoever thought of this was to show them from the waist down walking and build it up until you get to the chorus. And then the chorus, you first glimpse of the band, lick it up. And they're just singing.
And then you're like, oh, God.
But then that's the part where Gene does, I think at the 1 minute mark, 58 seconds around there. Gene does the fucking with the crooked
yeah, and now it's now it's one of the most famous gifs you can get with him doing the thumbs up and the stupid sneer.
Yeah, and he's got the fucking sloth from the Goonies fucking mouth. Mm-hmm. But he does that. I'm like, when I saw that video again, I'm like, whoo, Ace is ugly. Who the fuck? What the fuck?
And who brought that? Who is this take your kid to work day when you see Eric Carr? He's 4 feet tall.
Yeah. I thought the chicks are hot looking in the video. The feeding them, I think, is stupid. Them fucking eating, I don't know what the fucking marshmallows or whatever the fuck they're eating, squirting each other with yogurt and stuff.
So that leads me into my point with the video. I think once you see them, like you said, it shows them from the waist down. And once you see them, I think the rest of the best part of the video is them performing on the pile of rubble with the fire behind them. Because I
fucking love it.
That should have been the whole video. This other bullshit, fucking stupid. That whole stupid part that Zeus was talking about them eating whatever, spraying fucking whipped cream mush, whatever the fuck it is. But when they're sitting on that pile of rubble playing as a band, Eric's behind his drums and all that stuff, Paul looks like a fucking rock star and the band looks badass. That should have been the entire video, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, they have whoever the cinematographer is, the image of the dark fire and the nighttime fire in Gene's
awesome.
face, and
it's
the
awesome.
fire's behind them, and they're saying "lick it up" and screaming it. They just look like a band that looks so confident,
yes,
and so cocky and badass up there. I think they look fucking great.
It's great.
I like the little hand gesture Vinny does at the 2:25 mark where he does this, and he points to the thumb and he thumbs himself. Yep. But you're not even doing a solo, buddy. You just don't.
Right. You're doing a lick.
That's fucking not even a solo. But anyways, I thought that was cool. Gene's still doing the tongue, flashing it and stuff.
I love it.
I just think the performance looks great. And at the end, they end it, and there's a hot smoking chick at the end, smiles close up with the camera with the skull there. Ooh. Yep. I hope one of those guys got to fucking bang her in the apocalyptic world.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Somebody did. Fucking, she was hot. She was looking good. Yeah. Well, that's the legendary Lick It Up. Obviously, we vary on opinions there, but let's go to the next track and see if we vary on this one.
Young and Wasted. Okay. So kind of like what I said about Not for the Innocent. Again, incredible evil demon lyrics here. But this one's more upbeat. Another driving, chugging nasty, angry song. The chorus is fucking, I love the chorus, just howling like animals. And when Gene's in the background, I can almost taste it. I can almost, like, he just sounds like a fucking wild man, like just as evil as he's ever sounded, which leads me to my problem about when they used to do it live. They let Eric sing it. I love Eric. It makes no sense, and it doesn't fit the song at all, and I never got why they did that. This one actually has a great solo. We're 4 songs into the album. To me, this is like the first time we actually hear like a little bit of a solo.
Because Gene and Vinnie, Gene gives Vinnie more of a leash.
Exactly. Yes. And Gene said in Behind the Mask, he said, there was a title of an article in the Soho Weekly News that was all about being young and wasted for the social circle that revolved around the art houses and the galleries. I thought the phrase summed up an entire generation so much. And I just think the song absolutely fucking rips. Gene, again, hitting the highs as the demon.
So, Young and Wasted, Gene Simmons, Vinnie Vincent. For years, I was not a fan of this song. For years.
Okay.
I'm used to the live version of Eric Carr singing this. And I think I figured out why Eric sings it, besides throwing him a bone and being like, hey, Eric, why don't you sing this song?
Okay.
I think there's too many words in this song for Gene. There's a lot of fucking words.
Yeah, because it's fast.
Having Gene do Fast Kiss
doesn't work.
With a lot of phrases and shit. We saw what he did with fucking I Love It Loud and War Machine, forgetting every other verse.
And those are slow. Yeah.
So I think there's too much verbiage in this fucking song that they're like, hey, Eric, do it.
Yeah.
And now Eric is doing his best. He's singing his out, but there's no emotion in vocal delivery like Gene is doing on this. Listening to this song by getting back into this album and playing this over and over again, I found a real new appreciation for this.
Nice.
When we're used to doing Fast Kiss, it's always Paul songs. This is I'm thinking out loud, fast first Gene song.
You don't get a lot of these. They're just heavy and plodding and slow.
And this is definitely one of those. We've done this already. I would have added this on there too. Better as a studio version than the live version.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
You agree with that?
Oh, totally. Of course.
All right. So, but it's still a fast and heavy demon song. I think his vocals are fucking great. I think the lyrics
crazy.
are cool. But again, like there's too many words in there for Gene to remember all the fucking lyrics. I think Eric's drums are great on this. And if you listen to him, he does a nice little fucking run there right before Vinny's awesome solo. And and I think they have a nice play with each other there. I love the pauses towards the end and before.
I was just gonna comment on that. I think that adds so much balls to the song as at the outro.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It kills. Yep.
And
I agree.
Vinny kills it on the outro too.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So again, a song that really has grown. I mean, we always talk about this. Since you've done the podcast, is anything like you stopped liking or liked more? Yep. Hence this song. He used to fucking hate it. He used to be like, oh, this sucks. So, oh well, let's go to the last track on side 1.
Gimme More. And I will piggyback on what Zeus just said, because this song falls into that category that Zeus just talked about, Young and Wasted. I used to hate this song because I'm not a big fan of Fast Kiss. But to me, there's something different about this. First, I'll start off by saying I don't like the chorus. Gimme More. I'm not a big fan of the chorus.
Oh, you mean Young and Wasted? The same fucking chorus.
It is, but I feel like when they do Young and Wasted, they're kind of like screaming like wild animals. Whereas like Paul, it's just kind of, it's whiny, but I agree. As I was listening to it, it is very similar. Yeah, I agree. But I feel like this is fast, but there's a little bit of more control to it. Like I feel like Under the Gun and like some of these other fast songs, like I'm Alive and stuff, are just like off the chains, like just uncontrollable Fast Kiss. Paul sounds absolutely incredible on this song. His vocals are just bonkers. He's so good. But I think this right here, this is a little taste of what's to come with the fast stuff on Animalized and Asylum. But I think this right here, this just does a better job. It's more controlled. And I can't believe I actually like it, because before I used to be like, this is like a terrible song. And it also has one of Paul's absolute all-time greatest fucking lyrics that I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it.
So we know what your famous last words
is. In case it becomes someone's famous last words, I won't spoil it, but
all right.
I like it.
So you go from Fast, Young and Wasted, written by Gene and Vinnie Vincent, to Fast, Paul, written by Paul Stanley and Vinnie Vincent. I almost feel like he brought both of the same songs and let Gene put his version of it, and then Paul put his version. I think these songs are almost sister fucking songs.
They are.
Vinnie's the connecting fucking part to it.
Yeah, because Gimme More is the fuck me, suck me fast song. Young and Wasted is the demon fast song.
But they're both similar, and the fucking choruses are similar, except they're saying different words.
Yep.
Again, I'm saying the same thing, Tom. This used to be like, oh, give me more. It grew on me. Paul's vocals on this song are off the fucking charts.
He's nuts on this album.
Yeah, he can do a lot of words. If you read Behind the Mask, he talks about how much he enjoyed writing with Vinnie, and that Vinnie spurs him on. I think they challenge each other. I think it works. Fast Kiss with Paul, and I just put it, it's just so similar to Young and Wasted, even the choruses. But lyrics are about as bad, and depends on what your definition of bad is, as can be on this one.
Oh, God, yeah.
If you listen to the solo, and he goes off, I'm like, dude, that sounds like fucking Richie Blackmore and Spotlight Kid there, just fucking going nuts. And then he goes into something different. Yep. But I'm just saying, again, musically, what they're doing and how well they're doing it, and their writing is clever. I mean, if you think about it, it's the fucking Candy Cane is kind of like the pin on my love grenade from Dirty Rhythm from Vinnie Vincent's All Systems Go.
Classic.
Jesus Christ, it pisses me off. We didn't get more music from this group. But anyways, that's Gimme More, which a throwaway song I used to fucking hate, and we're gushing over it. And that's only song 5.
Imagine.
Flip the album over, Tom.
So we're at All Hell's Breaking Loose. So, all right. How has this song, for 40 years, escaped ridicule? This is one of the stupidest fucking songs in the entire Kiss catalog. I'm going to tell you right now, the only thing that saves this song is that badass chorus. Because these verses, the rapping, the fucking I am cool, I am the breed. Paul takes a beating for songs like Read My Body, and rightfully so. This is so stupid. But I think the reason why it survives, it's got that badass sing-along chorus. The band sounds heavy. The drums sound heavy. The guitars sound great. But this is just a stupid song that I love. And I as I'm listening to him, like, do Kiss fans have such a selective memory about what's cool and what's not, and what's cheesy and what's not? Guy walks up to me and says, "What be this and what be that?" What? Oh my!
Why didn't he just say, "What's up with this and what's up with that"?
Why are you gonna look like that? Said, "Hey man, I am cool. I am the breeze."
Go up to a couple fellow citizens and go, "Hey, what be that and what be this?" and see if you don't get punched in the face.
I mean, just and the sad story about this song, and I mean, we could talk about it a little bit. Or actually, do you want to give your comments first, and we could talk about Eric kind of being bludgeoned by Paul here and Behind the Mask?
All right. So All Hell's Breaking Loose. It's the second single. It didn't chart. This is one of not many, but 4 songs that has all 4 Kiss members attributed as songwriters. The others, Love Theme, Finale off of Music from the Elder, and
Fanfare.
The Great.
It's
Finale. It's Finale. Go look at it. The last part, the instrumental.
Finale?
Look up Music from the Elder on Wikipedia.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I believe you. I just have never heard that. I thought the instrumental is Escape from the Island.
No, it's whatever little music interlude they do at the end. It's not fanfare.
Oh, the 1 minute thing after I. Yes, I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And the great. Dun, 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 dun. I like it. Back to the Stone Age.
Yep.
Eric is primarily the writer of this song, coming up with the music and the arrangement. He didn't like Paul's rap. He wanted it to be more like Zeppelin.
Yep.
And Gene said he came up with the title in chorus. First white rap rock song? I don't know. You tell me, people, who came out with something before that. When I'm thinking it's like a Zeppelin like riff, I'm like, it is? What's the riff? I mean, like almost like
probably that opening riff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, is that like a Moby Dick type riff?
Yeah.
I don't know. That he came up with, and then he thought that's where the song was going to go.
Yep.
But I'm like, what a fucking riff. I think that riff is awesome.
It's
and
great.
then it goes into now what's legendary Paul rap. I am cool. I am the breeze. There's a great little bass line. If you listen to the bass in the song.
Yeah, the bass on the whole album is very, very pronounced. Gene sounds great.
Yeah. To me, the big thing that catches on with this are the backing vocals.
Yeah.
And the chorus are so fucking catchy.
When they do that, haven't you heard?
Yeah.
I love that.
Only one solution, hand around. And then they rock the nation. Oh my God. I fucking chill. I fucking love that. I just think the chorus and the pre-chorus and everything is so fucking catchy. The backing vocals on this is fucking fantastic. And then there's another earworm that I fucking can't get enough of. And that's Paul when he's just like, take it. And Vinny comes in with the,
yeah.
Oh my God. Anytime somebody sends the guy into the solo with some verbiage that he uses, I'm a sucker for that shit. I've always adored this song. I think it is about as catchy as all fuck. This is Paul Stanley chorus fucking all throughout it. Whatever he's saying, and he rhymes in it, overloading, low my fuse. Oh, hell's breaking loose. Night, day, and night and day, all that shit. It's
good.
He knows how to use the right words, where to accent the syllables, how to make it catchy, how to stay in your fucking head and sing along to it. This song has just been amazing. I can't say enough about it. The video. So I think they use the same set, same girl, just
thing.
different fucking costumes.
Same
the
thing.
makeup, they're all in apocalyptic world again, except this one starts off with Gene eating a turkey leg he picked up at fucking King Arthur's Fair.
Yeah, or he picked it up at fucking Magic Kingdom. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, just the apocalyptic shit. I'm like, I know they're trying to be badass. Like, I get it.
I was told that set was just a regular area in New York. It was in like the Bronx, I think. Yeah, it's like it wasn't like Escape from New York, The Future, or fucking Blade. It's just fucking right there.
Yeah, they just went to some shit neighborhood. Yeah.
Don't you love fucking Eric Hawk pushing somebody back and Vinny smashes a butt? Ouch.
Yeah, okay. Pull over.
Pull over. And he smashes a bottle over his head. And then fucking Gene, when they walk out of the fire.
Oh my God.
And then he picks up the turkey leg again, after the fight, and he just starts eating on a turkey leg again. Ugh. Why is Heavy Mayo make a fucking appearance in this video?
Oh, come on. Heavy Mayo's not that short, is he? Actually, we've met Heavy Mayo. He's gay. He might be.
He's a little guy.
Well, I know a little Mayo, and he's right over there.
Yeah, you can see his fucking feet in his driver's license, But he's in that video, I think, with him. And then there's all of a sudden fucking like Paul, do you see that part where he dodges the lamp that is like in the?
Yeah,
in the
I know.
air?
Like, shifty.
Yeah, so it's like someone threw it like from Kung Fu, the video game. Someone threw it,
Yeah.
dodge,
And you have
the
to like
left.
hit the control to the left so you don't get hit.
And his bright maroon fucking jacket he's got on.
Oh, God.
And then Lieutenant Uhura starts sword fighting
Yeah.
right from Star Trek. She comes in and she's fighting. And
You
I'm
know what
like,
it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the video for Too Young to Fall in Love by Motley Crue when they're doing all the samurai shit and all the kung fu shit, remember? But to me, that video was badass. This is like a parody. This is like a goof.
and then I also feel like it comes into what Metallica eventually does in Whiskey in a Jar. All these chicks are just fighting in the background,
Just
except their
destroying
video
everything.
looks like fucking like a fun time to watch and witness. But then there's the fire breather, a midget. Paul gets a sword and swings it, and then Gene puts his hand to his head and does the shaking my head fucking image, right?
He probably did that. He probably did that for real.
He's like, wee, El Zorro.
Let's have a sword fight.
Pico Stanley. Anyways, Gene walks out, grabs his turkey leg again.
Oh,
Paul kicks a burning can, like, wee.
oh, get out of my way, guys.
It's just, I don't know. And then at the end, Gene gives the guy the fucking wrestling move of the clothesline from hell. He sticks his arm out, and the guy gets clothesline, falls down.
That's ridiculous.
Just cheesy as all hell. But
It is.
I didn't see this video until Exposed.
Me too.
I didn't know it existed.
No, me too.
And then I watched it a million times over.
Yeah. Let me read a couple. Let me read a couple comments from behind the mask about this song, because this kind of bothers me. We'll see if it bothers anybody else. So we talked about Eric coming up with the Zeppelin riff. Gene came up with the title "All Hell's Breaking Loose" in the chorus. Eric was a very sensitive guy. Now, this is Paul Stanley talking. Eric was a very sensitive guy. It was completely destroyed at hearing what he believed was the ruination of his song. Eric hated it. I'm not quite sure what he heard over in it in his mind. He enjoyed the fact that he had written a song for the album. Eric was always more frustrated by what he wasn't than thrilled with what he was. When something wouldn't get used or got altered, he only saw a half full glass. I remember his jaw hitting the floor when he heard what we had done. I'm smiling as I say it because it was just so clearly off from what he heard. But the alternative would have been to do something that would have turned into mimicry of something else. I'm sorry. There's a long list of Paul being a fucking asshole, but that right there is on the Mount Rushmore of asshole quotes, if you want my opinion. That is, I just think that's completely uncalled for.
Do you get what he's saying?
I understand.
He's saying Eric's fucking song is mimicry, meaning like you're trying to rip off Led Zeppelin and you're not good enough to do it, and we're not doing it.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll wait until 2-3 more years before we rip off bands. Eric wants to do it now. That's mimicry, but we'll wait until 1987 when we're ripping off bands.
But what are we ripping off? We're trying to rip off the greatest band of all time, Led Zeppelin?
That's my point. So instead of that, you want to pretend to be Grandmaster Flash and fucking rap. That's not mimicry?
Yeah, because this fucking song is brilliant.
No,
I fucking love it. So
Right,
I can only imagine what the other version was like.
Right. I understand that his point was probably mimicry via Led Zeppelin, but Paul, you weren't breaking ground here other than a rock band rapping. Like it's
I don't know. I just think at this point, when this book came out, at this point, there was some tension between Paul and the Eric and, the whole Eric Carr legacy and stuff.
And Paul,
I think
Paul
he's just correcting it, and he's just trying to be like, yeah, Eric, putting the image out there that Eric was a little bit of a baby in the sourpuss.
Which annoys me because Eric's not around to defend himself, and that's a typical Paul move. Let me stomp on somebody who can't defend themselves.
I don't know. I'm not going to say that you're right or wrong.
No, it's okay. That's just my opinion. Yeah,
and that's fine. But I just feel like Paul. No offense to Eric, I'm taking Paul's version of this song over yours. No offense.
Well, we don't know what Eric's version was,
dude. This song is already
of it.
This song is already fucking up there for me. I don't want to hear
cool. I am the breeze. Eric couldn't have done better than that.
No, he's not talking about the lyrics. He's not liking the rap version. He's not liking where it went and stuff.
Okay, we'll see.
But regardless, I fucking love the song. Let's go to the next track.
1,000,000 to 1. Fantastic fucking intro right here. The drums, the way they come in and just punch you in the face. Guitar sounds great. I like the kind of like the slow, kind of brooding tempo, but not too slow. You know, it's not I Still Love You or something like that, but I like it. The chorus, it's just the way the drums are just kind of stumbling along during the chorus. I understand the concept of the song. Paul saying 1,000,000 that you'll ever find somebody like me. I feel like this is one of those songs kind of like Mr. Speed where like it's like almost come full circle where now it's like overrated. It's good. It's great. It's one of the best songs to never be released as a single. Paul sounds fantastic, even though it's a little bit kind of whiny. Like, oh, you're never going to find anybody like me. It's 1,000,000 to 1. Ooh. But it's a good song. I like that it's kind of like a mid-tempo ballad type of thing. Yeah, it's a good song for sure.
So 1,000,000 to 1, Paul Stanley, Vinnie Vincent. Paul says that he likes the song, and then sometimes the song may be border on sappy, but it's what he felt at the time. I wish he would say that more about things. Yeah, you know, it may be corny now, but the song in the 80s, I think it worked at the time.
Yep.
He should have been more like that. Michael James Jackson said, Vinnie has a melodic style. This had a strong melodic element to it. In other words, like Vinnie brought the melody to this.
Yep.
The song is in a Kiss traditional style, but he made it, but they made it their own. To me, I call this, and you kind of said it, Tom, but I call this always the Mr. Speed of the non-makeup era deep cut.
Yeah.
It's always been there. When you ask people in the non-makeup era, deep cuts and things that people always throw this song on. It is the Mr. Speed of the non-makeup era. I think there's the beginning part to this is a little foreshadowing of that time of year, which is an all-time classic for me.
Okay, I like that. That's a good catch.
I just think the song is so well written, sung, performed.
It is.
Someone I feel, if a modern artist, I don't know, fucking Taylor Swift, fucking Katy Perry, somebody takes this song and sings it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I think they would make it a fucking huge hit.
Yep.
Huge hit. It's just so well done. It's just a great song. Is it about Donna Dixon? Who knows? Supposedly it is. And he lost her out to Dr. Detroit, fucking Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. That's a loss right there. Wow, Paul. Oof.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd's got to have more money than Paul Stanley, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely he does.
Right?
Of course he does. He's made blockbuster after blockbuster.
In production and all that stuff and written.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
But again, what a fucking solo.
Yeah.
It might be my favorite Kiss solo that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm not sure I have a more favorite Kiss solo.
Really?
Touch.
Wow.
The touch, the feel, then that clean speed. Oh my God. And then right back into the song. Perfect. Like, dude, Vinny, you bitch about Paul, but Paul fucking gets you exactly what the song needs. It doesn't need you to go on and throw the fucking Boys Are Gonna Rock solo in the middle of this song.
Yeah.
Cuts you right down to what is exactly needed. And I just fucking love it. Honestly, I'm not sure what solo I would like more. It's definitely one of my favorites. I can't think of a solo that I like better. That moves me.
Whenever I hear a song like this, I always wonder how the fuck did this not become part of the set list consistently and become like a Kiss classic type of song?
Difficulty of probably performing it. That's all. That's what I feel.
It's a mid-tempo, almost slow.
I don't know, between Vinny, or it could be Paul. Like, fuck Vinny, we're not playing that song.
That's also.
I don't know. Or Paul could be just like, I'm not fucking singing that song about that girl.
That could be it too, because he said it was of the time kind of thing. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next track.
Fits Like a Glove. So when I heard this on the Hot in the Shade tour, my head almost split in half because I was like, I cannot believe you're pulling out a deep cut like this on a tour that, to my, opinion, still has the best set list that they've ever had. But fucking incredible song. Again, Gene is just off the charts. The groove on this song, again, it's controlled fast kiss. It's not frantic fast kiss. It's controlled. I love the lyrics. The bridge that goes into this chorus with the gang vocals. Fits like a. Oh my God! And then of course, everybody knows the hot knife through butter. Gene howling like that. The solo is friggin' nuts, but it fits. This song right here, I was so thrilled and shocked that this was part of the set list for a while. And I just think it's, again, Gene is crushing it on this album right here with these songs. This is absolutely one of my favorite Gene songs and one of my favorites on the entire album.
So Fits Like a Glove, this is one of the two songs that was written but without Vinnie and is written by just Gene. Yep. Gene says his guitar pattern he had, but Vinnie stuck in the middle. So Vinnie comes in and helps him out. He might have helped write the song, but not the lyrics, which is okay. So he might get some production on this value and some money on that. He says, we played it a lot in the 80s, but never done well enough live. We couldn't pull it off. Much too high for me to sing. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't remember that when I heard it. But
I don't have a problem with him live.
35 years ago.
Yeah. Gene says he loves the talking part, obviously the butter. He's like, I love that kind of stuff. And again, fast kiss, but with Gene, so
good.
This whole song has that whole look of Gene. If you guys know what I'm talking about, where his mouth is open and he's just shaking his head out and down.
He's like
he's blowing somebody.
Yeah.
His head's bobbing up and down.
Yep.
And lyrics just.
Oh my God.
Goodness sake. My snake's alive and it's ready to bite.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Great backing vocals, chorus similar to Young and Wasted and Gimme More, I put. But Gene stretches out those notes, and obviously the hot knife line, but even the line before that, he's fucking, he just keeps going. The solo's great. And then that's when I started saying, I'm starting to notice Gene gives Vinnie a lot more leeway to get away with more and have more fun on the guitar. The Animalized live version is what I remembered more about this song.
Okay.
And I knew that they played it during this era and they kept it in from the Lick It Up tour. And they played it for a couple years. They played it in the 80s. It was in their set list. And then Paul tells the Gene's baby story in the beginning of the Animalized live. Let me tell you people, that was the longest fucking tongue I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Oh my God.
Then Paul does his slow motion when he's like, and the song comes on, and he dances in front of the camera. And if you notice, Eric does the Fits Like a Glove on the live version. Yep. But anyways, this was fun when they used to add it into the set list. Fast Kiss, different version, different type of music. It's still Paul and Gene, but they're pulling this off. What a variety to have in their weaponry, to have this shit. I fucking love it. I love it.
Yep.
So
amazing.
Anyways, let's go to the next track.
Dance All Over Your Face. Gene says that he tried to rip off Larger Than Life, and he says, I don't think I succeeded. Sometimes when you do write something, if it strikes the right chord, you try to recapture it. Usually you don't succeed. Yeah, he did not succeed here. This is like a common.
Did you pick it? Did you see, did you pick up on the fact when I read that, I was like, oh shit, yeah, it does sound like the beginning of Larger Than Life a little.
A little bit, but Larger Than Life is 10,000 times the song of Dance All Over Your Face. What I started to pick up a little bit, and not exactly the same, but it just reminded me of like the verse is more than the chorus, of course. It's just something like Murder in High Heels, just a song you're trying way too hard with a clever title, a clever story, and clever lyrics. It's like a slow and sleazy and dirty song. His vocals are phenomenal. He sounds amazing. The lyrics are ridiculous. It's about, him accusing his woman of cheating. I've read articles where people think Dance All Over Your Face means he's like hitting the woman, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Cause I really don't think Gene would write a song in 1983 about beating a woman. So I don't know what's going on here. It's obviously he's not happy with this woman, and he says he's going to dance all over her face. Maybe it does mean he's going to turn her into a glazed donut. I don't know, but either that, it's not great. It's not great.
So this is the other track, "Dance All Over Your Face," which is written only with Gene, no Vinnie contribution. It's about fucking jizzing in someone's face. I'm gonna dance all over your face. Oh,
that's what I think it is too.
That baby.
But I'm like, you cheated on me, so now I'm gonna jizz all over you. Like, it doesn't make sense. But
it's like that fucking like the Chappelle shit. Remember, and be like, in your face. And it's like dehumanizing. Fucking, I'm gonna fucking like ultimate insult. I'm doing this.
I'm just gonna fucking bukkake all over you. Yeah,
exactly. Ooh, you've been having asparagus. It's that shit, and I just love it. You can sink into your teeth into this, bitch.
It's so stupid. I love it. Oh my god.
Well, listen, bitch. I've got news.
It's so, and then at the end, he's like, "No cheap perfume." Like, he's like, "No matter what you do, it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna jizz all over your face, baby."
You see that movie, Rage in Harlem?
No, but I know it.
There's a part in there where they catch this guy who dressed up like a woman, and they're like, "I know you. You're the bitch from that so-and-so, the bar there. Ain't that right? Bitch." I've seen that. I saw that movie when I was like in junior high or middle school, and that fucking scene stayed with me. The bitch from the Vinnie, ain't that right? Bitch. That's what Gene is doing. Well, listen, bitch.
I don't
know why he's getting all upset or something, but I think the chorus is fun. And there's a cool little breakdown that I actually like on the chorus that you talk about. No thigh-high boots, forbidden fruits, no satin and lace.
I love that.
It's like a little bass going doom, 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 doom.
I love it. That does sound badass.
With the cool little Vinnie outro. And if you listen to that bass, it almost sounds like the beginning of Unskinny Bop. Boom, boom, boom.
Don't say that.
Unskinny Bop.
Dance all over your face, dude. Ugh.
All right, last track.
And on the 8th day. Now, I'll start off with the fact that the lyrics are just corny as fuck, but no more corny than something like I Pledge Allegiance or Raise Your Glass or whatever. But that being said, I love the groove of this song. I love the chorus. I think the band sounds awesome. It's definitely like a crowd kind of clapping song. It's, one of those we always joke about, like White Snake used to do it, where everybody can be like, and on the 8th day. Like, I think it would have been a great playing live. The bass sounds great. And, again, the lyrics are what they are, but I think the song itself is a lot of fun. And Gene said in Behind the Mask, Vinnie was a very talented guy. I'd come in with a line like, on the 8th day, God created rock and roll, and we would just sit down and toss it around. He was very, very fast with his ideas. I think it's a fun song. I mean, it's not the best song on the album, but I think it's a nice deep cut. We talk about this all the time. It's a song that you're never going to hear unless you put on Lick It Up, which I think is a bonus. So it's a fun song. I mean, I don't know if it's the best way to end the album, but I actually like it.
And on the 8th day, written by Gene Simmons and Vinnie Vincent. And Tom, and on the 8th day, God created Shout It Out Loudcast.
That's right. Exactly.
Loudcast. Yes.
That's right. That's our new anthem. Right.
Gene talks about on Behind the Mask about Vinnie's talents musically and lyrically. I think it's got a nice little Eric drum opening, cool riffs, and then Eric's drums come in. And
so good.
I think, to me, this is very demon-like. And it's like the apocalyptic kind of theme that's going on a couple times in these videos.
I agree.
If you could picture them doing a video for this, couldn't you picture that Lick It Up stage?
Yes.
With the fire at nighttime. Dun, dun,
yes.
Dun, and people
totally
fist up. Dun, 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 dun,
yep.
Dun. And he loves to throw in lines that, Gene Simmons lyrics. Legends never die. Of course, he's throwing that in there. He loves that shit.
Yep. Always.
But to me, I think it's a cool song title.
Yeah.
Vinnie does a nice solo again. It's a nice song. And it's pleasant because I don't hear it often.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. And it, to me, I just wish these tracks got a little bit more love, but that's okay. But that's it. That's Lick It Up, Tom. Let's go to the top and just give us your overall thoughts.
Yeah, I think this album is really, really just incredible. And as much as I love the 80s non-makeup Kiss, and I like what they did with Animalize and in Asylum and Crazy Nights and Hot in the Shade, and they kind of follow the trends, and I don't fault them for that because I love those albums. There is something to be said about mean, heavy Kiss. Like, you wonder if they stayed this way with like songs like Young and Wasted and songs like, and On the Eighth Day, just kind of stayed like a hard and heavy rock band and didn't become hair metally and glammy, which I love. And I know you do too. And I think it's an interesting full circle that Vinnie gave him this kind of style. And then they come back 10 years later, 9-10 years later with Vinnie, and Revenge is now the next greatest non-makeup album. I just think they really hit a stride here with Vinnie, and I just don't think his contributions get enough credit because I think people talk about all the other shit that Vinnie did or didn't do, and I think he's responsible for two of the greatest albums in their catalog, and in my opinion, the two greatest non-makeup albums in their catalog.
All right, so overall, I would say the fact that they came up with this as to say that this is their first non-makeup, listen to this.
Yeah.
I cannot understand why Paul always shits on this album in the sense that he's like, it's a good album. It's not Creatures of the Night. He has his favorites, and God, he will fucking stick to that. Oh, it's a great album, but people weren't listening. Creatures was the better album. And I won't tell you if it's a better album. But why do you have to say that, dude?
I wanted to comment on that. We'll comment, I guess, when we get to rankings, but you're right how he says that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. Regardless, I've said a couple bold statements, and amongst them is musically, I really think this is the best music talented lineup they've ever had, and probably at their height. They could sing, perform, and write songs as good as anybody, I think, of that era and the hard rock metal. Yeah.
The ability to write songs is what kind of elevates this lineup. Absolutely.
And I would put this 83 lineup up against anything. And for me, I can't say enough. And we'll look, when we go to the rankings, and I'll probably have a couple more superlatives after that. But what a great album to review. I'm glad we finally got to it. It was second to last. So we got one left. And Tom, what we do now is we go to ranking the songs.
Yeah, this was not easy. Yeah, this was not easy at all. But I got my rankings.
All right, start us off. Number 10.
Number 10 is "Dance All Over Your Face."
That's mine as well.
Okay. Number 9 for me is "Gimme More."
9 for me is "Exciter."
Whoa, really?
And I like the song.
Wow. Okay. Number 8
I like
for
"Dance
me.
All Over Your Face" too.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no skips on this album. Let me get that out of. There are no skips on this album.
Absolutely not.
None at all. Number 8 for me is coincidentally "And on the Eighth Day."
Number 8 for me is "And on the Eighth Day," and I didn't do that on purpose either.
Okay. Number 7 for me is Zeus may disown me as co-host here, but number 7 for me is "Lick It Up," the title track.
That's okay. 7 "Fits Like a Glove."
Ooh, yikes. 6 for me, "All Hell's Breaking Loose."
Good God. 6 for me is "Young and Wasted." If we did this album, maybe, I don't know, even as early as 2 months ago, I would probably have this last.
Yeah. Well, this album clearly shows I'm a demon guy. So, number 5 for me is "A Million to One."
Holy bad fucking rankings. All right. 5, "Gimme More." Where the fuck this came to number 5? This would have been battling for the worst, but it grew on.
Wow. Yeah. Number 4 for me, "Exciter."
4 for me, "Not for the Innocent."
Okay. And the top 3 was easy for me here. But it was easy, but it was also not easy because they're all fucking 5-star songs. Number 3 for me is Fits Like a Glove.
3 for me, obvious. My 3, the top 3, 1,000,000 to 1.
Okay. Number 2 for me is Young and Wasted.
Wow.
Yep.
2 for me, All Hell's Breaking Loose.
And number 1 for me easily is Not for the Innocent.
Wow. Tell the difference in us. Number 1, it's just, there ain't a time that I don't fucking listen to it. If it comes on shuffle and it's a live version of it, if it comes on shuffle and it's the studio version, I always listen to it. I have such an affinity for this song. It means a lot to me. It's my band came back and said, fuck you, lick it up. What a bold, fucking dirty, bald, fucking out fucking song. And they were like, fuck it, lick it up. And to me, it stands the test of time. I'm not tired of it. I have no fatigue. Lick it up.
Wow. All right. Interesting. Okay. That's good.
So now comes the even funner part. We will
boy.
rank this versus the previous albums. Let's do album covers first. Tom, tell people where you rank your album covers.
Okay. Album covers. For me, at 22 at the bottom, I got Animalize, Crazy Nights, Sonic Boom, Monster, Carnival of Souls, Asylum, Music from the Elder, Revenge, Hot in the Shade, Psycho Circus, Unmasked, Harder Than Hell, Paul Stanley at number 10, then Kiss Debut, Dress to Kill, Ace Frehley, Peter Criss, Gene Simmons, Dynasty, Creatures of the Night, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun. This is a good album cover. It's iconic. It's classic. And it's very, very difficult to figure out where the hell I'm going to rank this. But I'm going to put this at number 12. I'm going to put it right below Harder Than Hell and right above Unmasked.
All right. I get it.
All right.
Me, I have from the bottom to the top, Animalize, Music from the Elder, Hot in the Shade, Unmasked, Psycho Circus, Carnival of Souls, Sonic Boom, Revenge, Monster, Crazy Nights, Hotter Than Hell, Asylum, Paul Stanley solo album, Kiss, Ace Frehley solo album, Peter Criss solo album, Creatures of the Night, Dress to Kill, Gene Simmons solo album, Love Gun, Dynasty, Rock and Roll Over. Where am I putting this? I am putting this right above Asylum. It's my favorite non-makeup album
Okay.
cover.
Favorite non-makeup album cover.
It's my favorite non-makeup album cover.
Yeah, wow, me too. I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
All
you're
right,
right.
Tom, here comes
Yep.
the fun part.
Oh,
Rank this album.
okay. So my studio album rankings, these are the albums themselves. At the bottom, number 22, Sonic Boom, Monster, Peter Criss, Music from the Elder, Psycho Circus, Animalize, Gene Simmons, Creatures of the Night, Ace Frehley, Carnival of Souls, Harder Than Hell, Asylum, number 10, Crazy Nights, Hot in the Shade, Unmasked, Paul Stanley, Rock and Roll Over, Kiss Debut, Revenge, Dress to Kill, Dynasty, Love Gun. This is absolutely one of the hardest albums to rank that we've done in all these albums, because this is like a mood album for me. And this is really hard. Even right now, I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but I think on July 25th at 6:29 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to put Lick It Up at number 8, below Paul Stanley and right above Unmasked.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. And that could change in another hour. But right now, that's how I feel.
All right. So Lick It Up is your second favorite non-makeup album.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Without a doubt.
Okay.
Yep.
So for me, starting from the bottom, Carnival of Souls, Monster, Unmasked, Gene Simmons solo, Psycho Circus, Animalize, Asylum, Sonic Boom, Ace solo, Music from the Elder, Hot in the Shade, Peter Criss solo, Crazy Nights, Dress to Kill, Hotter Than Hell, Paul Stanley solo, Love Gun, Revenge, Kiss Debut, Creatures of the Night, Dynasty. I am putting this.
Don't do it.
I am going to put this as a new number one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know if it'll stay there. We have one left.
Oh man.
But to me,
let's shock the people.
The worst song on this, Dance All Over Your Face.
Wow.
Is better than See You in Your Dreams on Rock and Roll Over. I'm not saying wow because I think you're wrong. The best songs on Rock and Roll Over, Mr. Speed. I'll put Lick It Up. There is nothing for me on Rock and Roll Over, Dynasties, Creatures of the Night that I can think of that will match Lick It Up, All Hell's Breaking Loose, 1,000,000 to 1. Never mind the fact that Not for the Innocent and the rest of the songs are solid all the way through. And Dance All Over Your Face is a song I like. It's not like I don't want to hear fucking Seeing Your Dreams. Not even close.
There's no skips.
And their top songs are maybe top 10 songs of Kiss songs for me. The top 3.
That's why ranking this was so hard for me because I love this album. I do, but I don't know.
I can't think of, for me, this album makes me feel proud to be a Kiss fan. I think this album stands the test of time. I think it's about as cool as fucking anything they've done. I think they have balls. I love it that it's their comeback fucking album and it brought them back. And I wish it got more love from people because I think this album fucking rocks. And the lineup with Vinnie brought something different. It's just different. So let's
see how long it lasts at number 1.
Yeah, I don't know how much. Maybe an album left. So.
Yep.
But anyways, I can be bold like that for now.
I love it.
We love these things. We hope that you do. And when you do make your comments on this, because we're going to have feedback throughout the fucking all week after this.
I could tell you right now on our Patreon, we always talk about our Patreon community. When they get the sneak peek on this, the feedback already is through the roof, and that's just on our Patreon community.
Yeah.
So when this goes live, people are going to be all over this album, which is awesome.
So for one thing that we'd like though is for you guys to go onto the website and comment there, so that when we have our rankings and stuff, that those comments stay there because after a couple of weeks, you're not going to see the Lick It Up X posts or the Facebook posts anymore.
Right.
Yep. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. We love these album reviews. We got one left and can't wait to get to that one as well. So Tom, what we turn and do now is we go to question of the week.
Yeah, we got a question of the week from our longtime buddy and supporter who tagged us in a couple of pictures on Twitter with his visit to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Our buddy Moving On 2660850. We've met him last summer at an Eagles tribute show out there in Massachusetts. So he asked us a question. He was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So he says, what Kiss artifact would you like to see at the Hall of Fame that represents the band?
I'm not sure. Jesus Christ. I would guess to say the Destroyer or the Love Gun costumes, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank after that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, off the top of my head, and again, neither one of us have been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I don't know what's there. But I'm just kind of I'm trying to think of like classic, like iconic things. I'm like two things that pop into my head that are like, I don't like from the Love Gun tour, or even that's Gene's like Sam the Serpent little thing on the stage,
but that's a Kiss card thing. That's
right. That's what I
mean.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I would say the
costumes. I would say right. I would probably say the costumes or like Gene's axe bass, something kind of iconic like that. Maybe
Paul's mirror guitar, Ace's flaming guitar,
Ace, right? Something like that, or like I would probably say right something costume related, because other than that, you're getting into Kiss territory. Like I'm thinking Paul's like fireman helmet, like that's something like that. But I mean probably boots. Probably like, Gene's boots. It would be cool to see like a set of the 4 original band members' boots from, like the Love Gun tour or something like that. But that'd be tough because, like you said, Zeus, you don't want to veer off into like Kiss Tard territory. But it's a great question. We appreciate you tagging us and sharing some pictures and obviously asking the question. We love it. So thank you.
Tom, where can people find us?
Always go to our website at shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's you can find all of our episodes, Shout It Out Loudcast, Dorm Damage, Album Review Crew, Zeppelin Chronicles. They're all there. You can also find links to our Amazon shopping page and links to our Shout It Out Loudcast merch page as well. Links to all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Everything is there. You can find links to all of our rankings, all of our guests that we've had, and links to their social medias and website. So please check that out. And we always want more questions of the week. We read one every week, and then at the end of the year, we do a mailbag. So continue to send us those. You can do that right from the website, and we get those in the form of an email. Or you can just send us a direct email at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. So please do that. We read every one of your emails. We want you guys to know that we read everything that you guys send us, but we just can't get to everything during feedback. So please continue to send those things. We read them. Don't be bummed out if we don't read them or share them on the air, but we are reading those and paying attention to what you're sending us. So continue to do that. And of course, we always like to say that we are a proud member of the Pantheon podcast network of shows.
Yeah, people can DM us Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. We're everywhere. Check out our Spotify playlist and subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us one of those 5-star child reviews on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Podchaser, wherever you can. We appreciate those. You can make sure you go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, shoutitoutloudcast.com, and make sure you check out the website because soon we'll have the link where you might be able to pre-order your Raise Your Glasses book. The book is on its final stages to be completed and almost ready to be sold. Raise Your Glasses, 600 pages, over 115 contributors, over, 16 fucking hundred entries. Every Kiss album, including the solo albums, including Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, Killers, Alive 2 songs, all of them. Every one has at least 5 entries.
Amazing.
Every one.
Yep.
And you are going to have your mind blown when you see this. Fantastic. It's almost here. And find out all about it. You can pre-order it. Go to the website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. We'll have info for you about it. And can't wait for you guys to see it. You're going to fucking love it. Tom, what we like to do is end on famous last words. You got any?
Oh, of course I do. Especially with an album like this. Gonna tan your hide. Rip the flesh off your bones. Look me in the eye. And you're gonna turn to stone. Bitch.
You saved the bitch for a different song, but I get your point. Like a dog to a bone. Make you sweat, make you moan. Love is sweet, so insane. Come on, lick my candy cane.
What are we doing? Just. Right. But the best part of that is his inflection. Love is sweet, so insane. Come on, lick my candy cane.
The fucking, the vocal delivery on that is.
Oh, it's so good.
We hope you like this album review. One of the last. So, Tom, Loudcasters, Kiss Army, thank you.
Guys, thank you so much. And a special shout out to our 3 brand new Patreons. You guys rock, and everybody out there. Thank you for the support, the love. And we can't wait to hear what everybody thinks of Lick It Up and Zeus's new #1 ranking. It's been a long time since we've had a new #1. And Zeus, as always, my friend, thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out-of-shape, worldwide kiss-tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?